those are, I think that's people number 5 and 6, horse number 3 and 4. So definitely a lot of horses back here, but we're not really worried about it because the horses aren't going to go through that. I'll tell you what, I actually don't really want to go through that anyways either, but we're going to.
We made about, 3 miles into our hike in, and this is kind of the point where we're going to start diving off the trail. We ran into 10 people or so. Hunters, a couple horse riders. All in all, everybody's been on this trail, but it is the weekend. It's a little snowy in there. We should be able to see tracks. I mean, the report is there's bulls bugling. We got to just find them. Yeah, we kind of booked it up here to this point, really haven't done much calling. Once we jump off the trail here and start moving through, we're going to slow down a lot, start reading sign, probably bugling here and there. And even if we stop for lunch now or something, we're like in the zone where we expect the elk to be. We've got company. Popped out into this little meadow and there's a tent down there. Doesn't look like anybody's around it right now, but kind of a base camp out of here. We're still headed that direction. Filled up on water, not 100 yards back in that little park. Zach bugled a couple times, didn't hear anything. He popped up in here about 5 yards ahead of us. We kicked the bull up, I guess.
Yeah, I was just following fresh tracks right up through here, and I was just thinking, man, this looks like perfect elk bedding. And then he ran right through that gap.
And then cut back up the hill?
No, he went that way.
Oh.
Colin heard him go that way.
Okay.
I think we just eased that way. I don't think he smelled us.
He definitely, the wind's coming up.
Yeah.
Like that.
Alright, so obviously we bumped that bull, and now we're just up on this bench. Really great habitat in here, but the sign will just kind of pop up. Some places it's really old, other places it's just loaded, but we're just working our way. It's getting to be prime time here, so our guess is we're gonna hear something pretty soon. If not, we're gonna set up camp somewhere up here where we can hear a lot of this flat bench around us.
Hunter. He's doing okay.
Yeah.
But you can tell.
Yeah. Basically, he's probably saying the same thing right now about me.
I'll prove to him that we're hunters. He knows.
Alright, I think we move on. I mean, I don't feel good about it. Yeah, see, it's got that fluty. Yeah. The old Doug fluty is what they say.
Past week or something. That'll make a decision for you right there.
I think we just keep dropping though, don't you?
Yeah, I mean,
Everybody seems to be up high.
we've dropped down to like, what, 96, 9,800, several hundred feet below where we were hunting earlier. Ran into some people this afternoon. But as we moved down the mountain towards this big valley where a lot of different creeks come together, signs picking up a lot, fresh signs picking up. But these are fresher tracks than we were running into before.
Yeah, that's probably today. I mean,
There's been pooper back there that was steaming.
We got everything set up here right before it got dark. Made some dinner and just kind of hanging out right now, waiting to go to bed. But
Would you say we went like 7.5 miles or something?
yeah, we came in 7.5 miles. Ran into a lot of hunting pressure, quite a bit more than we expected. Obviously than we hoped to. But come across quite a few camps, a couple of hunters bugling, a lot of people on the trail, just all around.
We'll be in sign 1 second and then we'll be out of it.
Just kind of all variables of sign. We saw a bull today. Didn't get any footage of him, but 30, 40 yards. I mean, if he would have been making some noise, we would have been a lot better off, but he was just coming in silent, so.
Do you guys think we're in the best sign though right now, right?
close to
That
it.
we've seen, yeah.
I think so.
I mean-
In the most. I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel really good about where we're at.
We're down on like this flat where it probably drops off like 500 feet down to the bottom.
Yeah.
We're expecting elk in the morning to either be just moving through this flat in general. I think we'll hear them
Yeah.
a couple hours before daylight. Yeah, we're looking forward to tomorrow. We'll see you on day 2.
Well, last night I woke up about 11:30 and I heard one bugle, kind of that way, sort of towards the sign, and then woke up at 2:30. Thought I heard one cow calling hooves, and they couldn't have been that far if I heard hooves, so that's good.
I'm gonna get this yard sale cleaned up here. Day 1 problems, bro.
So Doug heard a bull last night, so we're going to work our way up that direction. There's a bunch of sign over there too, so we're going to give that a check first thing here in the morning. Then we're going to work our way around and drop down in some elevation a little bit, see if we can't find him. Let's go.
I think it was a bird.
It was a good sounding bird.
Let's hunt. I just heard. Whoa, like that direction.
The story of my life this year has been, well, Zach thought he heard something, but everybody else was moving.
So true. Well, start moving and I'll listen.
It's a tag good for Yodis.
Well, I think that's what I heard.
Yeah, there's about 6 or 8 bulls. You ripping over there. There's something dead over there. Well, the coyotes and the weird sounding ravens led us to the kill. We stepped out in this opening and Zach tipped his nose up and you could smell it. Something dead. We were just down below and he climbed up here. Looks like a dead bull.
Guess we need to keep moving.
Keep moving.
We're all dead in these parts. We're getting into the middle part of the day here. It's about 1:45 and we're kind of using this middle of the day time frame to get into some different country. Going up this other hill. We were hunting over there earlier. Really just ran into Hunter Sign and that dead bull. And when we got down the bottom, we found a base camp. So we're just going further and further away from the access, hoping that we get into some of this pretty steep stuff and maybe we can get one bugling later this evening or first thing in the morning. So the climb begins. Big road back there too. Fresh wall already, I'm pretty sure. Walk out there. Hey, Bull just bugled. Hey, what do you want to do?
Okay, so we just came through that little opening down there where there was a wallow. And as we're moving up the hill, we heard one sound off up ahead. It sounded like a lazy in the bed bugle. Right now the wind is decent. What do you say, probably 400 yards?
I don't even know, man. Maybe like 3, 2.
We're gonna start moving up and try to get on his level and make a play at him. I don't think we're in a good spot right here. Close another couple hundred.
Okay, let's move this way and let's cut a bunch of this.
We got it.
Is that all the way over there?
I can tell it was there, man. I mean, just keep going like that, I guess.
I mean, if he is up there to our right, then
We don't want to be going.
we don't want to be. Yeah, we're gonna have to get up anyway, right?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Well, we took a little break. Worked our way up the mountain to where we heard the bull bugle last. Got up here, called a few more times, and Zach heard a bugle over here. It sounded like a hunter. We sat there for a bit, didn't really hear anything else. It's about 4 o'clock now. We got, 3 hours of daylight left.
Prime time's coming.
What's your prediction then, Doug?
Well, first of all, I think one of these two's going to get a shot at an elk tonight if they don't kill me first.
Colin, what's your prediction?
Well, I know for a fact that we can't kill Doug because we'd have to waste too much time digging a hole to bury him. And we don't have that much time. But I'm pretty confident about it. I heard that same hunter that Zach heard him cow call. Sounded a lot like me, so we're pretty confident that it is a hunter.
I think we're finding that boy, that fresh track.
Yeah.
He's down there on that flat. And he probably will bugle.
Pretty cold. But it's fresh. Bull right there. I'd say it's pretty fresh.
Pretty damn fresh. Well,
valley right there he was.
He was bedded.
And I just bugled up there. Did you get a good look at him? Oh, he looked pretty huge.
He's a good one.
He was a gooder. Did you get any footage?
He ran that way, right?
He ran down.
Dang it.
He was just, dude, he was silent.
Yeah.
Like that bull, we've been sitting up there for an hour and a half. We bugled 8 times.
Yeah, they're in here.
I think that bull's probably been pushed a couple times like that. So he's not even reacting to the bugles. Like he's not interested,
At
especially
least not right now.
especially if there's another hunter up there.
I mean, I wonder if that's what we were hunting earlier, though, is my thing.
It's that
No
bull.
cows. I didn't see any cows.
No, it was one bull. He's by himself, and he was a tank.
He looked huge.
Yeah.
We were just looking at those droppings right there. Here, it sucks a little bit when you bump them, and we've seen 2 bulls in 2 days.
Yeah.
But we've only been on 1 bugling, and
It might have been him.
it might have been him. I mean, I would assume that it was.
Yeah.
Just because this is the direction we all thought that it sounded like he was going.
It makes you wonder if it's 6 o'clock, if he's up and bugling, moving.
If we would have sat up there for another hour, would he have cracked one off?
But like,
Yeah, I literally said, are those still soft like Hershey Kisses? And then he left.
Onward we go.
Okay.
That seems like a big one. Really fresh. That's right there. Alright guys, it's the end of our second day here. Big takeaways from today are we got away from the hunting pressure, it seems. We did end up getting on a bull, and I'm not sure like what really made him shut up. You know, we're kind of assuming that the bull that we bumped was the one that we were chasing. You know, we were following him kind of all afternoon and then eventually just bumped him, and we don't know. Maybe it was a different bull completely. But I think looking back on it, we were kind of walking up here to where we camped, and I was thinking about we probably should have cut a lot of distance way earlier. I think that we thought he was close, but then as soon as he wasn't, you know, within 300 yards, I think we should have just started boogieing hard. You know, be more aggressive than less aggressive always, you know. Hopefully we get a chance tomorrow. We're sitting in a pretty awesome spot. One thing that I think is super important for this backpack elk hunting is get up high in places where if you got calm conditions in the morning, you're gonna hear a lot, and we're in a really good spot to where we saw tons of sign that way, we saw tons of sign that way. And really, for the morning, we just have to take our pick. If one's bugling, you know, we just make the move, drop off the side of the hill, and we're in the action. But I would say pretty exciting day 2. Hoping just for a little more bugling tomorrow. But hey, we're all cutting, we're having a blast. Everybody's having a really good time. And, you know, weather's great, so can't complain. See you in the morning. Any of that paste, bud?
Oh, yeah.
It's gonna be super weird.
You got half it? Yeah.
dude, lightweight, bro. Yeah, I took out 2 days worth of food. Probably gonna starve, but I don't have too much toothpaste, toothbrush weight.
I feel good about it. Weather's crisp. Yeah, so we're gonna drop down off this bench this morning. We're gonna take Doug another 7 miles from the truck, which should put us at about 15 to 20. But no, really, we're gonna drop off this bench this morning where we found all that sign yesterday. We did spook an elk out of there last night too.
Just basically gonna go and make one line through a certain elevation, then come back, probably a lower elevation.
Yeah, we're gonna zig and then we're gonna zag.
All right, let's hunt them. Stick to these heavy trees here. Let's get right up here another 30, 40 yards. He's probably coming in. Did that bark in the jungle? I don't know.
I had him at like probably 40 through a bunch of trees.
You didn't have a shot though.
No.
Even if you would have stopped.
No. It was like I could see the top of his back and his antlers, which are illegal, by the way.
Oh, very much so. I don't think you should have smelled it.
No, I think he might have caught movement or something. He must not have had a shot.
Well, you called your first bull then.
That was wild. Well, we're pretty sure the bull just moved off, but we made our first couple calls in the morning, moving out this bench. The bull fired off. He started working out this ridge, and we just kept answering. Eventually skirted around to our left, which is where Colin and Doug are. I had him go through it like 40 with trees and stuff in the way. Looks like Colin was drawn, but he bounded back and then barked and chuckled.
Yeah.
And we responded and raked, and haven't heard him since. That was super fun.
Oh yeah, no doubt. He kind of came by at like 50, checked, and then kept moving up and got higher than it. But then when I started raking, that's when. But I didn't want to rake because right away he was close.
And he was standing watching.
Right, and then once he passed, and I knew he was up. He was basically up there farther. I knew that it was time to try to move up and then rake. And we called him right in, a bad angle, and just not quite right at.
When you were like, he's right there, and you see him, like, all I could see is his rump. And then he, like, stood for a long time, and then he moved. And as soon as I saw that rump move, I drew back, and then, like, he came through that opening. And just had his back and his antlers, but
Let's go see what these guys think.
yeah,
29 yards. His vitals were completely covered by a tree.
was that when he was standing for a long time?
Yeah, and all I could see was like guts. Horrible shot. And he was looking right at me, and I wanted to take one step, but I could see that he was looking right at me. In hindsight, should I have taken that step? Yeah.
You thought he was gonna step forward and give you one more.
If I knew he was looking at you, we could have stepped up, but like...
Did you guys see him at all?
Oh, yeah, I just saw his butt.
Did you see him up here?
I saw him up here, yeah.
We saw him up here.
Get some good footage of him.
I got some footage of him. Did you?
On him, but I didn't zoom in. So
That's fine.
I was rock solid till he took off.
yeah, he was. He was like dead calm. I started
It was
breathing
way
hard.
better than turkey hunting.
He kept really calm. I was like, man, he's staying really calm. I need to calm down. As soon as the bull away started going.
Well, here's the thing. The reason you stayed so calm is because it wasn't a turkey. It was just a bull.
Just a bull.
Hey, awesome dudes.
That was fun. So fun. Made it up here, we kind of crested over this hill, and you could hear the sound plain as day. It sounds like a hunter's bugle. I think he knows that I know that he knows. 1 for 3 today. It's public land, ain't it? Sheesh. Yeah, I think we just moved in on a hunter. The good news is, this is the direction we were going anyways.
I miss.
Well, today was a day of a lot of ups and downs right out of the gate. Got really close to getting a shot, which was super exciting, but then We ran into hunters pretty much the rest of the day. With limited experience, we really don't know what too much pressure is, but we do feel like the country that we're in, as many people as we're bumping into it, it's hard to believe that the elk aren't getting pretty skittish. I mean, we may try to find something less pressured. See you guys tomorrow. Dude, that's 2 balls. He's in that parcel that's got half public, half private. I think we gotta get in that with him. I think if we run that edge and then cut around the backside of this hill,